G'day guys. So, been making some security pins and thought I'd give you a bit of a look at the very first two of this style of security pin that I've made. Now, I haven't seen any other pins that have been made that are just like these, but if you have, please put a comment down below and let me know if you've seen any that are the exact same style as these. I would like to have a look at them. So without gibbering on too much more, I will move this camera down and zoom in on these pins. And my camera don't want to focus. Come on. Thank you. So as you can see, I've got a serrated pin on the left and a spool on the right. Now the serrations on this pin are made using a razor blade. So I've got some really fine serrations all through there, and it's got really sharp edges so it'll catch on to threading that these pins will be going into a challenge lock. Now the other thing is, and you're probably thinking looks weird, is it's got holes in the top here. Well, that's because I drilled out the center of both. Oh, throw it around everywhere, why don't you? Jeez. Drill out the center of both these pins. See there. The reason why I've done that is because I turn these into two pieces. Sorry, my hands in the way, I'm just grabbing the tops. So I've got the inner pin for this one, sits in there like that. And the inner pin for that one. So now you're probably wondering, well, why is it all rounded and why are they like this? Well, the idea I had was I wanted to take pretty much your standard security pins, a serrated and a spool, and try and improve on them just a little bit more, make them a little bit different to what you normally see. And I've tried to combine, in theory, about 3 to 4 different styles into these, or the feedback that you get off them will feel like a cross between 3 to 4 different styles. So not only do you have the serrated pin and your spool, which are your basic, you know, security pins, but you also got a 2-part pin. You've got what I've done with the tops of these, why they look rounded, is because I actually rounded, I'm trying to do this through the camera without knocking them everywhere. I actually rounded the tops of the center pin. So it's got like a ball bearing shape on the top and then a really thin narrow shaft on the pin. That's because I wanted it so that there was enough slack in between the hole drilled in the pin and the center pin. So it's got room in there for it to move around quite freely. The other thing I did was I narrowed the tops of the ball bearings, make them a lot smaller than the outer pin. As you can see, there's a bit of a gap in between them. Same on that one. That's so that when they're in the lock and they're turned around the other way, so these top bits here will be pointing down towards key pins. That when you push it up, you pick on it, you push it up to the shear line. Hopefully, not only will you have to put up with the standard feedback from a serrated and a spool, but once you get that to the shear line, hopefully then it will just move enough to catch on the edge of these outer pins, allowing the inner pin to freely fall down back into the keyway, which will then give you the feel or feedback of a T-pin or a very, very shallow, very, very deeply cut spool. So it runs 2 types of feedback with that. Then you've got the added trouble of trying to push a rounded ball bearing style pin up past the shear line as well. So you're going to have to push both these up past the shear line in order to be able to pick the lock. So that's my theory to these. Now I have not tested these just yet. My theory, I'm pretty sure, is pretty sound, but you never know. There's a lot of people have found out, I've found out in the past, not everything that looks good in theory actually works. Sometimes it don't, sometimes it does. But I will be putting these into a challenge lock, so hopefully they work well, and I will make some more of these and put them into challenge locks to send out. So sorry about my little gibbering on about my new pins, but pretty excited about these actually, and I think those are probably some of the nastiest pins I've made so far. But anyway, until next time, just wanted to say, always follow the codes to keep Lock Sport legal. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, don't forget to give a like, a comment, share these videos out to your friends, and always have fun. So until next time, cheers guys.